This video will cover the Vietnamese consonants. B, as in bet or ban. B. K, as in cat or kind. It's like in cat or kind. If you notice that in English it sounds almost like K. Candle, it sounds like K. But in Vietnamese, the K is a little bit less pronounced as the K in K. It would be K, cat or kind, versus cat or kind. G versus K. Can you hear the difference? Cat or kind. Cat or kind. Cat or kind. Not cat or kind. Okay, so that is G. Very subtle. However, you would be able to still use simply K sound for both, and will be very clearly understood. Ch, as in check or joke. Now, Northern is always consistent with that pronunciation. However, the Southern pronunciation, all of the time, they would pronounce it as yeah, yeah, j, yeah, j, yeah. So teeth not touching, and the tongue is kind of pressed above a little bit. Yeah. Versus the Northern accent as j, j. And this, as we mentioned before in the alphabets video, the Northern Vietnamese will pronounce this as z, as in zebra, z. And Southern, well, pronounce it in yeah, as year, yeah, yeah. Z, yeah. Da, as in dad, da. And remember, every time you see an English D with a cross on top, that's when it's really a D, da. Otherwise, it's not. Okay, otherwise it's yeah or z. G, as in gain or get. Now this is a combined consonant, which will create actually the same sound. G, as in game as well. And here, very similar to the previous example of the letter y or z. The Northern will pronounce this as also z, z. Versus the Southern will pronounce it as y, as in yell or yes, versus zoo or zen. And this GI is equal to y sound. So please take note of that. Pay attention that this is z in the Northern and y in the South. So for example, let me give you an example. Let's say okay, this word The northern would pronounce it as za, za, because it's almost equal to like that. But the southern will pronounce it as yeah, yeah. Okay, but I don't want to confuse you yet. This is, if you get the alphabet and the consonant and the vowels correctly, will be, quite good to move to the next step. Take it slow. It's not that hard. Vietnamese language is harder to be able to hear it, but the language itself is simpler, and you will be able to pick up slowly and use it in a shorter time than you originally thought. Next we have huh, as in hand, huh. K, as in kick. K, k, as in Genghis Khan, 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 k. La, la, as in land. Ma, ma, as in mind. Na, na, as in neck. Nga. Now this is a very important and very common sound in the Vietnamese words. Originally, I thought it doesn't quite exist in the English language. However, we do have it. It sounds slowly like this. Nga, nga. Now, in the word penguin, longer, singer, banging, you can see that we have that combined vowel, but it was originally split up as, let's say for example, penguin. It will sound as penguin. Now, if you just change it a little bit to penguin, 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 or longer, longer, singer, nga, nga. You see, nga, banging. You practice that, and you would be able to emphasize on the word, the combined consonant nga, nga, penguin, nguyen. Okay, so it's almost like a penguin, penguin. Okay, it's almost like that. It's like almost like an NW, penguin, nguyen, nguyen, nga. Okay. I wanted to take a moment to emphasize that because it's commonly a challenge for a lot of English speakers to pick up that sound. This is also identical. It's nga, nga. So in terms of sound-wise, you will not have to worry about the difference. However, eventually the vocabularies, if you see different words, obviously it will have different meanings. Nya, nya, as in canyon, onion, right? Tanya, Kenya, nya. Pa, pa, as in piano. Fa, fa, as in pho. I'm sure most of you know this one. As in phone, photograph, far, pho. And here is a unique one of regional variations as well. Qua, northern pronunciation is qua, very clear. Southern, wa, as in why or where. Wa, qua. Next, we have z, as in zoo, okay. And the southern will pronounce it as r, as in red or root. Next, we have s, as in sad. Southern will pronounce it as s, or very commonly for many large parts of the South, we will pronounce it as sh, or s. It could be a little challenge to hear and distinguish the sound because the Southern folks often mix up all these three. It could be s. They can all go s, sh. And you will need to eventually train your ears to hear the word of context. So that could be a little challenge. Again, as I mentioned before in the alphabet, this is pronounced as a strong T. Th, th. Data, data. Th, th. So, again, say we have say this is in English is two, so you can hear the T is very light, gentle, right? In English, we don't really have say tu. There's no th sound, but it would be in Vietnamese. It would be th. Is that strong? It will be in the correct writing. Tu, to, tôi, right? So all that is consistent, strong T. And next we have ta, as in Thailand, time. Ta. So this is equivalent to the English T. Ta. Thailand, time. So we see the difference between here, ta, and ta. There's a difference here. In English, however, there's no difference here. Thailand, time, same. And now we have tra, as in train or trend. Next, we have v, as in violin, northern pronunciation. Southern also use v or y as a consonant. Violin or young, v, y. So again, and next to last we have s. Actually would be the sound of S in sit or sound. What we saw earlier throughout is that each region there's some uniqueness. Let's see, why is this one a V, but yet the South will pronounce it as a Y as well. And in some other part, you will have, this is an R, but the Northern will pronounce it as a Z, right? So that is just how Regionally, it has developed over the years, um, and we need to be able to distinguish that. That's why our website has both the southern and northern accent pronunciation through our reading lessons. So you would be able to learn from one pronunciation, but listen and understand the other. So that would be very important to be able to listen to both and understand both.